Good day everyone, welcome to my Laserdisc Collection Part 2 because there's just so many discs. I had to break into two videos just because of the overall length. If you missed Part 1, I'm going to link it right here. I guess it doesn't matter which one you check out first, but there's a little bit of a story on these discs, so that's in Part 1. In this one, we're just jumping right back into the rest of this catalog I have of discs. So we're still in the music section, so now we're looking at the Eurythmics. Again, these are all 80s type stuff. Let's see, Pink Floyd The Wall, which is of course, you know, movie, music, everything kind of thing. We have a really great movie, Network. This is not one I've watched, but this is Big Chill. Funny movie, Stir Crazy with Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. So classic 80s movie right here, which is Risky Business. Another multi-disc movie. This is Chinatown. Paul Newman movie right here. This is The Verdict. Another multi-disc. This is An Officer and a Gentleman. Hardware break. The TV I use is this 32-inch Sony Trinitron TV. The inputs it has in the back are composite and S-video, but for Laserdisc, all you need is composite, as that's how they are recorded at the factory. And as far as my player goes, I am using a Toshiba model XRK68. This particular model is, even though it does play movies, I believe it's essentially made for karaoke, as it has microphone jacks on the bottom. And the functionality of it is more geared towards the volume, the track selection, stuff like that.
And now back to the show.
So more 80s classics. This is Footloose. This is a movie I've never watched. This is Caligula, and from what I've always been told, like as a kid, this is like a bad movie. So I've actually never watched it. That's because I feel like almost awkward. There's like a stigma to watch this movie, and I just haven't watched it. So this is The Duelists. Trying to say that, based on a story. All right, this is Fame. Never watched it. A few more classics. Superman. Christopher Reeve Superman, of course. Superman 2. And Superman 3. Get into a few other great movies. Got some James Bond here. So we got Live and Let Die, The Spy Who Loved Me, Moonraker. And I think that's, actually that is not it. We got a few more Bond films here. I can see them. And this is Videodrome with James Woods. And every time I see or hear about this movie, I think of Family Guy because of James Woods. I actually also saw James Woods outside Best Buy one time. It was really random. And I didn't bother him because I don't like bothering people, you know, while they're doing their stuff. But I just figured I'd throw that in there. So yeah, there was one more Bond. So we have Octopussy. My favorite, of course, and this is, I think I've mentioned this way too many times. This is the one Laserdisc movie I bought. I paid eBay, 25 bucks. This is, of course, Hackers, my favorite movie. Absolute classic, Vacation, Chevy Chase. The original, of course. Purple Rain, Flashdance. This is Tarzan, Gray Stroke, The Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes. That's a long title for that movie. Two of a Kind with Travolta, Cary Grant in Notorious, Eddie and the Cruisers. The last Laserdisc in my collection is Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid with Steve Martin. And there is one more disc in this pile. It's not a Laserdisc though, even though they are easily confused. This is a CED. I actually had a fairly large CED collection, which I did give it to someone because, again, my player broke. I wasn't watching the movies. I kept this one though, because this particular one was like a demo disc. So these are a lot harder to find than just CED movies. I thought it was really neat to see this. So a CED, unlike a Laserdisc, is different. It's more like a elaborate record that's in here. You never touch the disc. Is actually this box is the caddy, and you would put this in. So this is not Laserdisc. Again, this is CED. Alright, so that was part 2 of all my Laserdiscs. So if you missed part 1, go check it out. A lot of fun going through all these movies. A lot of really good titles in there. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and
consider subscribing.
And as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.